Good morning ecopenny viewers to another Eco Sports edition. This time I'm doing the Mt Panorama Punish 2020 race. So I've just arrived at the Mt Panorama racetrack, a famous racetrack in Bathurst. The Bathurst 1000 car race was on last week. So this is the week after, so the track is especially closed just for this race for about an hour and a bit, and then it's open again to normal road traffic. So the weather today is a bit drizzly. It's warmer than last year. There'll be a link at the top to last year's video. Last year it was 5 degrees and chilly. This time it's about 15 degrees Celsius, but it's drizzly, so it's going to be a wet race. So I'll be one of the few crazy people that are on a freezing, not freezing, but chilly, wet Sunday morning running around the racetrack. So it's a bit sombre this year because of COVID. It's basically get in, race and get out. So there'll be no coffee vans or anything exciting here, no stalls or anything. Basically a bare bones event, but they've changed it this year to only have people in the local Bathurst region, so no one from Sydney or Canberra, just to make it safer. But I'm glad the event could go ahead this year. I was worried it's going to be cancelled like everything else. So I better get ready.
Board viewers on this ecopenny adventure, just getting up to the start line now. Getting the Fitbit Ionic set on, as soon as I cross the start line so I can start tracking the course. So there was a racing car just then revved its engine at the start line as soon as the gun went off. So I'm going along pit straight here, trying to fight my way through the crowd. So this is where the racing cars start from. They go anti-clockwise around this track. 6.2 kilometres. And it's got an elevation of 174 metres. So the first 3 kilometres is basically uphill. And it almost gets up to 20% on the steeper sections. And then the second 3 kilometres is downhill, which is almost as hard. So you can see it's quite a rainy day today, so it's quite slippery, so you've got to be fairly careful. Warned not to run on the white lines, the painted lines on the road, because they're quite slippery, and especially going on the second half downhill. It's going to be quite slippery, so there's a bit of a view there, but it's quite misty. But it is a nice view on a good day at the top of Mt Panorama. So I'm just climbing along here, almost up to the very top here. This is where the king and queen of the mountain gets recorded, and over the halfway point. So there's a special prize for the ones that get to the top of the mount first, and also prizes of course for finishing the whole thing first, second and third. This is Brock's Skyline, named after famous racing car driver Peter Brock, who's now passed away. So this is going downhill now, the second part of the course. So this is down the S's. It's quite slippery, so I have to sort of slow down a bit there. So the last thing I want to do is fall on my face down here. So just got to be careful negotiating all these bends going downhill. So yeah, it is a bit tricky, even though it's downhill. It's a bit easier to run, but you just got to be careful not to slip over, especially in these wet conditions. So heading down Conrod Straight now. racing cars get up to 300 kilometres an hour. Down here, Conquer the Mountain. That Challenge Bathurst is a car race that's on in November. It's coming up next month. So I'm going to be volunteering at that event. So private people can race their own cars there. This is the Ridges Hotel to my right on the racetrack. Nice convenient location. Nearly at the end of Conrad Straight, almost at the start line. So just trying to get a bit of pace here to get a bit faster. I'm exhausted, but I've just got to keep going. Almost up to the finish line. It's such a relief to get up to the end. Oh, it's just brilliant. Turn the watch off. And basically, because of COVID, we've got a quick dip medal and then get out of the area. There's Mark Renshaw, who's on his bike leading the first fastest runners. Got my medal.
Thanks. Thanks, helping. Thanks.
And get my breath back. Get a bottle of water too. So I've got to get away from the crowd and disperse.
Andrew Brady. Well done, Andrew Brady. Ryan Whalen. James Hunter. Isaac Cannon. Julio. Jasmine Donches.
Another medal for the medal cabinet. Yay! So as I said, because of COVID, there's no coffee vans or anything like that, so I've had to bring my own breakfast. So, physically distancing in the car by myself. This is what I do for camping: powdered milk, with some hot water from the flask, some cereal, and some coffee. So there's my Punish medals. We've got 2018, 2019, and now one for 2020. Nice bit of bling for all that effort running around the mount. So it's nice to have medals, but the main thing is to have fun, get fitness, get some nice fresh air, and just having the joy of being part of an event. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to ecopenny and click the bell, and we'll see you another time for some more eco tips, eco sports and penny farthings. See you later.